Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is gonna be a hodgepodge of a video. I've got an unboxing of how the new Belle book box is going to work, but it's going to be a short unboxing because it's a much smaller scale. And I was gonna talk to you guys about what I've been reading recently because I feel like it's been a while, so I should give you guys an update. Okay, that's what this video is. Good description? Good description. Okay, let's get to this first. I like these new boxes. Look how cute they are. So this is what month are we in? July, August? Belle book box. Are those the correct months? I lose track of which 2 months we're in. It's this time around. This time of the year is the month that we're in. So this is what, oh, there's a pin, and here's a card. Oh, that's cute. Basically, this is what Belle book box is going to be from here on out, and this is basically allowing for international customers to be able to finally order from them. So, the first thing we have is a pin that is like a badge, or like a shield, and it says Proud Romance Reader on it. There you go. Now you can actually see it. Cute, 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 cute. And we have a little, this is just like their promotional stuff on one side, but on the back it says, describe the perfect man, fictional. Ain't that the truth? Okay, we have, oh, a notepad. Notepad that says, I'm perfect. Oh, really? What book are you from? Oh, this is funny. I like that they're poking fun at real life, because, you know, real life kind of sucks, and fictional worlds are way better. Just saying. Just saying. So we have a pad of paper that says that. And the new focus of this box is the books. There are 2 books. They are always going to be exclusive covers and hard covers, which is going to be pretty cool because this is kind of the only way that you are going to get hardcover versions of these books. So they come in a little bag, and the authors, I believe, are always going to be announced beforehand so you can kind of know what you're getting in the box if you want to order it. Oh, they're also plastic wrapped. So this one is Megan Brandy and Tejan. I haven't read Megan Brandy. I've read a lot of Tejan though. So the books, they come plastic wrapped. But these are the 2 books that we're seeing. So let's see. The Megan Brandy book is Badly Behaved. And look at that cover. Look how spicy that looks. I will take it out of the plastic wrap to show you guys without, you know, reflecting into your face. And the Tejan book is Rich Prick, which I haven't read this. So let me take it out of the plastic. Okay, so here is the Tejan book, and it is hardcover. And these books also do still come signed, which is exciting. So this one, he walked into school on his first day and owned it. Tejan writes a lot of like high school bully romances. Actually, both of these authors tend to write high school bully romances. So that is generally the theme, I guess, for this box. I guess that's what happens when you're a prick, rich, and you're best friends with the ruling school's king. Also didn't hurt that he was drop dead gorgeous. So this is giving me high school bully romance vibes. So that is the first book, and this is the Megan Brandy book. And this one is a glossy cover. That one is like a matte. It's like that buttery matte feel. And the synopsis is on the back. I am a Monet, a chameleon. I'm whatever I must be. The flawless daughter, a skilled socialite, the perfect prize to the man of my family's choosing. Not that I'm complaining. I knew what my future would hold before I returned to California, and the truth is, I'm all for a loveless life. One that takes little thought and zero devotion, and it's exactly what I want. Or it was. Until I locked eyes with someone from the opposite side of the tracks. Interesting. So this one, the dude is the rich prick. This one, it's the girl. So this one is, wait, hold on. It is also signed. So those are 2 exclusive hardback. Oh, you can't even see them. So those are the 2 books that we got in the box. We got the pin, and we got a little swaggy thing. So that is kind of what the Belle Books has scaled down to allow for international shipping. I think it's kind of worth it if it's authors that you know and love and you want to get exclusive versions of their books. Like Tejan has like die-hard fans, so I'm sure a lot of people bought this box. So it's a lot more similar to the Mystic box, which is the same owner, same curator, runs both of those boxes. So this reminds me a lot more of the Mystic box, which is a dark romance version of this book box. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So I will have the website linked down below so you can check out like the future upcoming boxes authors. And there's a rep code down there for you as well. So, okay, let's change camera angles and I'm going to talk to you about what I've been reading recently. Okay, so first off, I am rocking this hoodie for the first time today because I felt like having my air conditioning down low today because it's a million degrees outside, but I wanted to be cozy because I have a full day of reading ahead of me today. Just saying. So, I know a lot of you guys commented on this unboxing video, but this is from Boardwalk T-shirts, which I hauled in a haul recently. It was like two hauls back. And you guys, I mean, I see the sales coming in from them. You guys are loving them as much as I am. So, one, thank you so much to Boardwalk again, for representing my nerdy, introverted, anxious self in the form of clothing. So I will have that linked down in the description as well for you guys because the discount code still works for you guys if you would like to check it out. But I have a long day of reading ahead of me because I want to talk about what I'm currently reading, and then I'll backtrack and catch you guys back up. So, as I am filming this video, I am in the middle of Wildlands by Stacey Marie Brown. I can't stop. When I tell you guys the level of obsession that I have with this series, the series is called the Savage Land series, it's rivaling ACOTAR and Blood and Ash. I know. Did y'all just like sit back and clutch your pearls? Because me too. I can't even express how addicted I am to this series. I am only on the second book. So far there are 3 books out in the series and the 4th book is coming. I think the cover reveal is coming in September, which means I am in for some agony because that means like the book isn't going to be out soon, immediately. I need it right now. So this is a series. Okay, the author is Stacey Marie Brown. I'll put covers on the screen somewhere. I cannot stop thinking about this book. Okay, so as I'm filming this, I worked last night and I started book 1 about halfway through my shift last night, and I'm already almost at the end of book 2, and it is 11:30 today. Like, it has been less than 24 hours. I'm almost 2 books deep into the series and there is no signs of stopping. The only thing that's going to stop me is when I finish book 3 tonight on my Kindle. That's going to be my stopping point and it's going to be the worst, and I guarantee I'm going to start over the series again immediately. The last time I did that was with Mist and Fury. Yeah, that's how serious I'm taking this series right now. I usually don't rave and recommend series this much until I've like finished it and I can guarantee that it's really good, because I like to know in advance if something is going to drastically change my opinion. Like if there is going to be a serious plot twist that just really doesn't agree with me and my reading taste, I'm already here. I am telling you guys, read the Savage Land series. It is so good. Okay. This, I don't know how to describe the genre. I want to say it's considered paranormal romance, but it could also be considered fantasy romance or dystopian romance. It is set in a world, it's kind of a dystopian world, okay? So picture like dark and gritty. It originally takes place in like futuristic Budapest. And it's kind of urban fantasy vibes because it's very much like real world, but we are really, really far in the future, and civilization has basically already like crumbled and rebuilt at this point, and we're kind of back to like normal life, but Fae have always existed and they kind of stepped in. And now there's basically like a war / rivalry between like the humans and the Fae, but we don't really know much about the Fae at the beginning. Okay, hi, hello. This is editing Chelsea a couple hours later after filming the video that you're watching right now, and I have done extensive research and I've even talked to the author at this point. I didn't know much going into this series, and I am here to report that I would have known more about the Fae and the history of this world had I read her other series, which means I'm in danger. I am about to binge an entire author's backlist. Prepare yourselves for this reading journey because it's what I'm going to be on for the foreseeable future. But I think if you start in the Darkness series by the same author, you learn the backstory of this entire world, so you kind of can see how we got here. So that's just a little fun fact, little tidbit for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna get back to editing so that I can get back to reading. And we're following Brexley, who is our main character, and it just escalates so... I was gonna say it escalates quickly, but I feel like the pacing of the world development of this is done perfectly. It's exactly what I look for in series like this, where we kind of start small scale and we start to scale out and get like a bigger lens of the world as the books go. So we start in Brexley's little privileged world. She is kind of like a soldier in training for the human side, and she is a very much... She reminds me a lot of Aelin from Throne of Glass, just in that she's very cocky, she's very confident in herself, and she kind of gets tossed into a lot that she is not prepared for and comes out stronger. So it's one of those types of characters where she starts out pretty kick-ass and just gets cooler as you go, you know? So it's... I went into the series completely blind, and I'm gonna recommend that to you guys, but basically it's this like really gritty and gruesome and sexy war-torn world of like fae versus humans, but then there's a lot more than fae. Like there is a whole like slew of like shifters, and there's a brownie that is like my favorite character in this book. And I just can't get enough of this series. So I am going to stop just rambling about it because I don't want to give things away about this series, but like you just kind of have to experience it, and it's so good. Just take my word for it. It is so good. It is fast-paced. It's gritty, it's brutal, like there's a lot of violence in it, and the sexual tension is immaculate. It is just, there's a lot of really good build-up. Like, the love interest, picture like Jason Momoa, but like way more badass. Right? Yeah, okay, so there's my pitch. Read the Savage Land series. It's so good. So that's what I'm currently obsessing over. And as soon as I finish filming this video, I'm gonna finish listening to book 2 and then immediately download book 3 on my Kindle and read it all day long. It's been a long time since I've read an entire series in like a day and a half, but that's what's gonna happen with this. And I am so excited for it. Okay, so we're gonna move on from talking about Savage Lands. Let's get to other things that I've been reading this month. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which I highly recommend, I tend to post these reading trackers into my stories so you guys can like follow along with what I'm reading, because I know I'm really bad about talking about those books on my channel. But I've been binging a lot of things this month, and they have been great and they have been terrible. So let's get through those. Okay, so the next series that I want to talk about is at risk of becoming another obsession on the level that I'm talking about the Savage Lands, but I purposely stopped to prevent future misery on my behalf. I started the Zodiac Academy series. I know. If you've read it, you know. If you haven't, you've probably heard about it at this point. So the Zodiac Academy series is written by Carolyn Peckham and Susan Valenti, and this is a series that has basically swept TikTok, and it's making its way through like Bookstagram and BookTube also, and it is basically like grown-up sexy Harry Potter is how a lot of people pitch it. It's exactly how I would describe it. So I started it this month, and it was a mistake. It is one of the most like bingeable series. If you've read any of Peckham or Valenti's series, I am guessing they're all pretty much the same because everyone I know that has read them has read all of their stuff. It's a duo author team that tends to write a lot of dark romance. There's a lot of reverse harem series, and there's a lot of paranormal dark romance series. I don't know how to describe their taste, but I guess that's it. This series specifically is set like at a magic academy. It's a lot of like bullying, school setting type of thing. So if you're into the Megan, Brandy, and Tejan type books, this might be for you. But to me, it's literally just adult Harry Potter. There were so many scenes that, in my opinion, were just like direct rip-offs of exact scenes from Harry Potter, which, you know, at this point, it's fine. Just give me more of those feels, but like make it sexy. Am I right? And that's what this series did. So I read book 1 and book 2, and if you guys have read Peckham and Valenti, you kind of know that their series tend to end on very heavy cliffhangers. And a friend of mine that I started this series with binged straight through. I'm pretty sure she just finished book 6 at this point and is in agony. And I've been talking to her because I fell a little bit behind because work got insane this past week. And I have made what I consider the mature, responsible decision to stop after book 2 because books 7 and 8 are not out yet. And I know for a fact that once you hit, I want to say the end of book 4, you are heartbroken and in misery for the remaining 4 books of the series, 2 of which are not even out yet. So book 2 was still a cliffhanger ending. It still was like ramping things up, but I kind of decided to stop, make the mature decision to not put myself through heartbreak in the upcoming weeks and wait for the next couple books to come out. So that's what I've been reading, but I'm gonna totally recommend this series if you want to put yourself up for misery, you know? Why not? Sometimes you just need that in your life. So I read those. The only other series that I've binged this month is the Deception series by Rena Kent. This is another direct TikTok. Okay, you guys can tell what direction I'm going with videos in the future. Most of what I was reading were TikTok recommendations over the past couple months. And Rena Kent is an author that gets brought up a lot on like smutty TikTok recommendations. And I started with the Deception series. It's Vow of Deception, Tempted by Deception, and Consumed by Deception are the titles of this trilogy. And I believe all of Rena Kent's books are all like interconnected, and there is, I think, a specific order you can read them in, but I don't think you have to read them to know what's happening. This is a dark mafia romance that has kind of taught me that there are very specific dark romances that don't work for me specifically as a reader. I understand the appeal of some of them for a lot of people, but this series specifically just really cemented to me that I cannot get behind really, really unhealthy toxic relationships and romanticize them. If you can, that's fine. This is not me shitting on people's opinions, because I know a lot of people love this series and they're real into Adrian. My entire thought process with reading this series was just like, girl, you are being abused, please leave. And she was like, no, I'm fine, this is fine. So like, to each their own. To me, it was abuse. A lot of it. I basically stuck with the series for like the mystery element, because there are a lot of plot twists that get tossed into this, and I was just desperate to know what was happening. This basically follows a girl who we meet her as like a homeless woman who is living on the streets, who out of nowhere kind of gets involved in this weird like murder conspiracy type thing and gets picked up by like essentially a mob boss who is just like, okay, well, you're kind of blackmailed for this man's murder. You know what you can do to not be caught by the cops? You can act like my wife. And she gets swept into this world of play acting this guy's wife. And it's a very unhealthy relationship, because we kind of start to uncover what happened to his previous wife and why he picked this girl off the street, because she looks identical to his wife. And it's a lot of kind of unreliable narration, which is very appealing to me as a reader. So I stuck through this series basically for like the mystery and the plot twists, not so much for the romance. The romance to me was just really unhealthy, which is not something I can get behind. But some people love it. Some people really like living that through like a healthy lens, aka books. So there you go. There's my opinion on that. I read Twisted Games, book 2 by Anna Huang. Loved it. Loved it more than the first one. I think I liked Alex as a hero more, because I like my heroes slightly morally gray. So Twisted Love was book 1, and Twisted Games is book 2, and it just released, and I, much like most of the romance world, read Twisted Games in a couple days, and loved it. If you like The Princess Diaries, but you want it to be sexy, read this book. It was so good. So those are my thoughts on that. I gave it 5 stars. It's one of my favorite romances that I've read this year. It was so good. Okay, I'm rambling a lot in this video. What else have I read this past week? Oh, I also read The Bribe by Willa Nash, which is Devney Perry's new pen name for like slightly steamier books. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the first book in the Calamity Montana series, and obviously if you guys watched my most recent recommendations video, you know this is exactly my type of series. It's a small town romance, sexy series, and it was great. I loved it a lot. That book was basically take like Taylor Swift, but put her in like hiding in a small town in Montana, and she falls in love with the sheriff. It was great. It's like everything that I look for in a small town romance series, plus like a little bit more spice than normal, and it was fantastic. So I will be now working through the Calamity Montana series as well. I already read a lot of Devney Perry. She writes a lot of, I mean, you can literally see her books right there. She writes a lot of small town books, and I like that she's doing the like Willa Nash pen name to like spice things up a little bit. It was a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, I've been rambling a lot in this video, but those are what I've been reading. Takeaways from this video: read Savage Lands and read Zodiac Academy, but at your own risk. Okay, that is all now. I'm gonna go back to reading Wildlands. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.